The Partridge Family, 1970 to 1974, became a cultural icon, charming audiences with its catchy tunes and heartwarming family dynamics. Over 5 decades later, the show's legacy still resonates, and fans can't help but wonder about the cast who made it unforgettable. As we step into 2025, it's the perfect time to revisit the lives of these stars, exploring how their careers evolved, the paths they took after the series ended, and where they are today. Join us as we dive into the intriguing stories of the Partridge Family cast, 55 years after their television debut. David Cassidy was born on April 12, 1950. He played Keith Partridge starting in 1970, and was 20 years old when he began the role. David's career skyrocketed with his role as the charming and talented lead singer of the Partridge Family, gaining him a loyal following as a heartthrob. However, his life after the show was marked by turbulent personal challenges. Despite his fame, Cassidy struggled with alcoholism, and his relationships with his family were strained. He was married 3 times, first to Annette Funicello's close friend, but they divorced in 1979. His second marriage was to a woman named Meryl, which also ended in divorce. He married his third wife, Susan, in 1991, but they too eventually divorced. His family life was often troubled, particularly due to his strained relationship with his father, actor Jack Cassidy. Cassidy's life faced further tragedy when his son, Bo Cassidy, also battled addiction. David passed away on November 21, 2017, at the age of 67, due to organ failure. Dave Madden was born on December 17, 1931, in Ottawa, Canada. He played Reuben Kincaid starting in 1970, at the age of 39. Reuben was the gruff yet lovable manager of the Partridge Family, always exasperated by the chaos of managing a family band, but with a genuine affection for the members. Dave Madden's career was steady after the Partridge Family, and he continued to work in television and voice acting. He was married to his wife Sarah in 1961, and they had 2 children, but their marriage ended in divorce. Madden's life after the show was not without its challenges. While he found success in television, including roles in All in the Family and The Love Boat, his later years were overshadowed by health problems. His marriage struggles, combined with his health issues, took a toll on him, but he remained active in his career for years. Dave Madden passed away on January 16, 2014, at the age of 82, due to complications from myelodysplastic syndrome. Suzanne Crough was born on March 6, 1963, in Fullerton, California. She played Tracy Partridge starting in 1970, at the age of 7. Tracy was the youngest member of the Partridge Family, known for her energy and precocious personality. Suzanne's role on the show made her a beloved child star, but after the Partridge Family ended, she chose to lead a much more private life, stepping away from the spotlight. She married and had 2 children, but her personal life was not without its struggles. Suzanne faced the difficulty of transitioning from child stardom, and while she enjoyed a quieter life away from acting, she was not immune to the personal challenges many former child stars face. Tragically, Suzanne passed away unexpectedly on April 27, 2015, at the age of 52. Her death was attributed to arrhythmogenic right ventricular dysplasia, a rare and serious heart condition. Suzanne's life, though filled with the joy of family, was also marked by personal battles that many were unaware of, and she is remembered with affection by her fans from her time on the show. Gordon Jump was born on April 1, 1932, in the small town of Monroe, Louisiana. He began his role as Albertson in the Partridge Family in 1970, at the age of 38. Albertson, though a minor character, was beloved for his bumbling, often misguided but endearing personality. Jump's early career in Hollywood included various television roles, but he was best known for his appearances in sitcoms, such as WKRP in Cincinnati, where he played the iconic role of Arthur Carlson. However, his personal life faced turbulence, particularly in his relationships, and despite his success on screen, Jump often struggled with feelings of inadequacy. His financial situation became strained as the years went on, and the pressures of fame took their toll. In his later years, Gordon was diagnosed with pulmonary fibrosis, which worsened significantly despite his efforts to manage the disease. Gordon Jump passed away on September 22, 2003, at the age of 71, leaving behind a legacy as one of television's most endearing characters. His cause of death was pulmonary fibrosis. Rosemary DeCamp was born on November 14, 1910, in Prescott, Arizona. At the age of 60, she began playing Grandma Amanda Renfrew on the Partridge Family in 1970. As the matriarch of the family, Grandma Renfrew was a symbol of wisdom, offering comforting advice and support to her grandchildren. Rosemary DeCamp had a long and successful career in Hollywood, having appeared in numerous films and television shows, but it was her role on the Partridge Family that made her particularly fondly remembered. Her personal life, though not as public as her career, was marked by significant loss, including the deaths of close friends and colleagues. Despite her success, she experienced periods of loneliness and isolation, which led to some emotional strain. In her later years, Rosemary's health began to decline, and she passed away on February 20, 2001, at the age of 90, due to pneumonia. Her death marked the end of a remarkable career, leaving behind fond memories of her role as a beloved grandmother figure on television. Gary Dubin was born on May 5, 1959, in Los Angeles, California. At just 12 years old, he landed the role of Punky Laser in the Partridge Family in 1971, becoming Danny Partridge's mischievous, troublemaking friend. His character was an essential part of the comedic dynamics in the show, often engaging in antics with Danny that added a playful edge to the family sitcom. After his time on the Partridge Family, Gary's career in acting was mostly limited to smaller roles, and he faced difficulties in transitioning to adult roles in the entertainment industry. Behind the scenes, Gary faced numerous personal challenges, including struggles with addiction and difficult relationships. His life was overshadowed by his battle with bone cancer, which he was diagnosed with in the late 2000s. Despite these hardships, Gary remained a beloved figure for fans of the show. Sadly, Gary Dubin passed away on October 8, 2016, at the age of 57 due to complications from bone cancer. His death was a sorrowful end to a life that had been marked by both promise and personal tragedy. Mitzi Hoag, born on September 25, 1932, was 38 years old when she began playing Miss Farrow on the Partridge Family in 1970. Her character was the caring, nurturing teacher who brought a sense of stability to the show's chaotic family life. Mitzi had a varied career in television, making appearances in numerous series before landing this memorable role. While her professional life flourished, her personal life faced challenges. Mitzi's marriage ended in a painful divorce, and she struggled with the emotional toll it took on her, dealing with feelings of loneliness and difficulty finding lasting happiness. She also faced a series of health issues in her later years, which led to a period of isolation. Despite these hardships, Mitzi continued to receive love from her fans, who admired her warmth and dedication to her craft. She passed away on February 26, 2019, at the age of 86, from natural causes, leaving behind a legacy of kindness and professionalism in her acting career. Joseph V. Perry, born on February 13, 1931, portrayed Mr. Jenkins, the strict but well-meaning character on the Partridge Family starting in 1970. He was 39 when he began the role and brought a unique depth to his portrayal of the disciplinarian teacher. Joseph's life was marked by both career achievements and personal struggles. While his acting career had moments of success, his personal life was marred by the dissolution of his marriage, which deeply affected him. He had a strained relationship with his children, which added to the emotional burden he carried. Despite his professional accomplishments, Joseph struggled with health issues, including diabetes, which gradually took a toll on his body. His later years were marked by a more reclusive lifestyle as he battled the complications of his illness. Joseph V. Perry passed away on February 23, 2000, at the age of 69, from complications due to diabetes, leaving behind a bittersweet legacy of talent and personal hardship. Ray Bolger was born on January 10, 1904. He played Grandpa Fred Renfrew starting in 1970. He was 66 years old when he began the role. Ray Bolger had a storied career as a dancer, actor, and singer, most famously known for his role as the Scarecrow in The Wizard of Oz, 1939. His early life was marked by a passion for dancing, which led him to Broadway and film. Despite his fame, Bolger's personal life was not without its hardships. He was married to Gwendolyn Ricard for over 50 years, but their relationship was occasionally strained by his devotion to his career. He also experienced financial troubles at times, despite his success. Bolger's later years were marred by declining health. He passed away on January 15, 1987, at the age of 83 due to cancer. He was a beloved character actor known for his whimsical and endearing portrayal of Grandpa Fred Renfrew in the Partridge Family, bringing a touch of warmth and humor to the family dynamic. Ivonne Wilder, born on September 21, 1937, was 34 years old when she joined the Partridge Family as the cheerful waitress in 1971. Her character's wit and charm added a light-hearted touch to the show, but her personal life was far more complicated. Ivonne came from a modest background and faced financial difficulties in her early years. As her career progressed, she faced multiple failed marriages, leaving her with the burden of raising children on her own. Despite her professional success, she struggled with balancing her acting career with motherhood and personal happiness. Ivonne was also deeply affected by health challenges, including bouts of depression that occasionally sidelined her career. She remained active in entertainment throughout her life, though personal demons continued to haunt her. Ivonne Wilder passed away on November 24, 2021, at the age of 84, after a long battle with health issues, leaving behind a legacy of humor and resilience despite her own personal battles. Bert Convy was born on July 23, 1933. He played Richard Lawrence starting in 1971. He was 38 years old when he began the role. Bert Convy's career as an actor and game show host was well known, but his personal life was filled with challenges. Despite his charming on-screen presence, he struggled privately with the pressure of fame and marriage. Convy was married twice. His first marriage ended in divorce, and his second, to an Anderson, was more stable but still had its difficulties. He had 2 children, and his relationship with his family was often strained due to his demanding career. Throughout his life, Bert faced health struggles, including a diagnosis of a brain tumor, which led to his untimely death. Bert Convy passed away on July 15, 1991, at the age of 57 due to a brain tumor. Despite his charm and charisma, his personal battles and health issues left a bittersweet mark on his career. Jack Collins was born on August 24, 1918. He played the investor starting in 1970. He was 52 years old when he began the role. Jack Collins had a distinguished career in television and film, portraying a variety of roles in both comedy and drama. He was known for his sharp wit and commanding presence, but behind the scenes, he faced challenges. Collins struggled with personal relationships and a few financial difficulties. He was married twice and had children, but his marriages were troubled, and he experienced emotional turmoil from the separation. Though successful in his career, his personal life was often overshadowed by the pressure of his fame. He passed away on January 31, 2005, at the age of 86. Despite his later years marked by some hardship, Collins remained a respected figure in Hollywood. The investor role in the Partridge Family allowed him to showcase his talent for portraying complex, calculated characters, but it was his legacy as a versatile actor that continued to resonate after his death. Dick Balduzzi was born on February 9, 1928, and began his role as the elevator boy on the Partridge Family in 1970, when he was 42 years old. While his role in the show was minor, Dick's portrayal of the ever-helpful, cheerful elevator operator left a lasting impression on fans. Off-screen, Dick's career as a character actor was steady, but his personal life had its challenges. He faced difficulties in balancing the pressures of being a working actor with his own personal struggles, particularly in maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Dick did not lead a particularly public life, and much of his story was shrouded in privacy. As he grew older, Dick faced significant health issues but continued to live with quiet dignity. In the years after his time on the Partridge Family, Dick was involved in an unfortunate accident at his home, which led to his death. He passed away on January 27, 2020, at the age of 91, a reminder of the fragility of life and the unexpected turns that can come even for those who remain largely out of the spotlight. Maxine Stewart was born on June 28, 1918, and played Gloria Hofstetter starting in 1972 on The Partridge Family, a role she took on when she was 54 years old. Gloria was a nurturing and wise character who provided stability to those around her, offering warmth and support as a key secondary figure in the show. Maxine had a long career in Hollywood, but her personal life was marked by ups and downs. She was married twice, with her second marriage lasting many years before ending in divorce. Despite her career achievements, she often felt overlooked, as her roles were often secondary to more prominent stars. In her later years, Maxine lived a more private life, far from the public eye, but she remained proud of her extensive work in television and film. Unfortunately, her later years were also marked by physical decline and health issues. Maxine Stewart passed away on June 6, 2013, at the age of 94 due to natural causes, leaving behind a legacy of strong, memorable performances on both stage and screen. Vic Tayback was born on January 6, 1930, and began playing Harlan Laws on The Partridge Family in 1970, when he was 40 years old. Harlan was a tough, no-nonsense character who brought a sense of authority to his scenes, and Vic's portrayal was both memorable and beloved by fans. Despite his professional success, Vic's personal life was filled with hardship. He was married twice, but his marriages were fraught with difficulty, and he often struggled with periods of isolation and depression. His later years were marked by health problems, and he faced challenges related to his physical and mental well-being. Vic's career continued with various TV roles, but he never seemed able to escape the personal demons that haunted him. His struggles came to a tragic end when he passed away from a heart attack on May 25, 1990, at the age of 60. His death marked the end of a career that had brought him recognition, but also underscored the harsh realities many face behind the scenes. Harry Morgan was born on April 10, 1915, in Detroit, Michigan. He played Cal in The Partridge Family starting in 1970, at the age of 55. Cal was a calm, wise, and compassionate character, providing a fatherly presence to the Partridge Family. Despite his calm and kind persona on screen, Harry Morgan's personal life was not without its challenges. He had two marriages, one to Eileen Dechon, which lasted until her death in 1985, and then he married Barbara Bushman. The loss of his first wife had a deep impact on him, and it took time for him to heal. Professionally, he had a successful career, but it came with periods of financial instability, including struggles to find significant roles after The Partridge Family. Morgan's later years were filled with health issues, which eventually led to his death in 2011. He passed away on December 7, 2011, at the age of 96 due to pneumonia. Stuart Margolin was born on January 31, 1940, in Davenport, Iowa. He played Hank in The Partridge Family starting in 1970, when he was 30 years old. Hank was a lovable but slightly offbeat character, often adding humor and charm to the show with his antics. In real life, Stuart's journey was not without its share of struggles. After finding success as a character actor, he faced personal hardships, including several failed relationships. His first marriage to actress and singer, Cindy Williams, ended in divorce, and he had difficulty maintaining a steady romantic relationship afterward. Professionally, Margolin had a challenging career. He faced periods of being typecast, and his health took a toll as he grew older. He was open about his struggles with alcohol and worked hard to overcome it, finding solace in acting again as a means of self-expression. Stuart Margolin passed away on December 12, 2022, at the age of 82, leaving behind a legacy of memorable roles in television and film. Arte Johnson was born on January 20, 1929. He played Morris Tinkler starting in 1972. He was 43 years old when he began the role. Arte Johnson's career was marked by his immense comedic talent, but his personal life and struggles often went unnoticed by fans. His role as Morris Tinkler on the Partridge Family showcased his quirky sense of humor and eccentric charm, but his life was filled with personal tragedies. Johnson faced several divorces, with his personal relationships often turbulent due to his dedication to his work. His first marriage to actress Gisela Hahn ended in divorce, and his second marriage to Audrey Johnson was also fraught with difficulties. Despite his successful career in comedy, including his iconic role on Laugh-In, Johnson battled with loneliness and depression. In his later years, he was diagnosed with both bladder and prostate cancer, which led to his death. Arte Johnson passed away on July 3, 2019, at the age of 90 due to bladder and prostate cancer. Richard Mulligan was born on November 13, 1932, in New York City. He played Dr. Jim Lucas starting in 1971, at the age of 39. Dr. Lucas was a compassionate and warm-hearted physician who helped the Partridge Family with his medical expertise. Mulligan's real life, however, was much more complicated. Though he found success with television roles, including his later work on Soap and Empty Nest, his personal life was marked by troubled relationships and the challenges of balancing fame with family life. He was married twice, with both marriages ending in divorce. His first wife, actress and singer Susan Blanchard, and his second wife, actress Diane Ladd, were both part of his life but could not prevent the emotional and professional struggles he encountered. Mulligan's health began to decline in the early 2000s as he was diagnosed with colorectal cancer, a battle he fought until his death. Richard Mulligan passed away on September 26, 2000, at the age of 67, due to complications from colorectal cancer. Jackie Coogan was born on October 26, 1914. He played Grandpa Walter Renfrew starting in 1970. He was 56 years old when he began the role. Jackie Coogan's career had an extraordinary start as a child star, but his life became a cautionary tale about the exploitation of young actors in Hollywood. Known for his role in The Kid, 1921, alongside Charlie Chaplin, Coogan's childhood fame was overshadowed by a bitter legal battle with his parents over the money he had earned. This personal tragedy led to the passing of the Coogan Law, which mandated that child actors' earnings be placed in trust. His marriage to flower designer and actress Betty Grayson ended in divorce, and his second marriage to actress and former beauty queen, Gwen, also encountered its own difficulties. Coogan's personal life included financial instability and a number of failed marriages, but despite these hardships, he continued acting well into his later years, finding a sense of family in his role as Grandpa Walter. Coogan passed away on March 1, 1984, at the age of 69 due to heart failure. Shirley Jones was born on March 31, 1934. She played Shirley Partridge starting in 1970. She was 36 years old when she began the role and is currently 90 years old in 2025. Shirley Jones, a renowned actress and singer, portrayed Shirley Partridge with warmth and grace, effortlessly balancing her role as the matriarch of the family and the lead singer of their band. However, her personal life was far more complicated. She had a highly publicized marriage to actor Jack Cassidy, which, although it brought her children, was marred by Cassidy's infidelity and struggles with alcoholism. Their son, David Cassidy, who also found fame as part of the Partridge Family, struggled with addiction throughout his life, which caused heartache for Jones. After her divorce from Cassidy, she later married actor and producer Marty Ingalls, but their relationship also faced difficulties, marked by a 23-year age gap and contrasting personalities. She remains alive in 2025, now 90 years old, and enjoys the legacy of both her iconic role on The Partridge Family and her lasting influence in Hollywood. Brian Forster was born on April 14, 1960. He joined the cast of the Partridge Family in 1971 as Christopher "Chris" Partridge, the enthusiastic drummer of the family band, at the age of 11. Brian's early life appeared promising, but it became clear that his success in the Partridge Family did not shield him from life's challenges. After the show ended, he struggled to find steady acting work, dealing with the harsh realities of post-child star life. Brian had a rocky road, battling with addiction for a significant portion of his adult life. His personal life saw a series of failed relationships, and he became estranged from many family members, experiencing emotional distress that only amplified over time. He had 2 children, but his relationships with them have been strained. In recent years, Brian has focused on working behind the scenes in the entertainment industry, seeking solace in more private, low-key pursuits. As of 2025, Brian is 64 years old and lives a more secluded life, far removed from the limelight that once shone on him. Susan Day was born on December 10, 1952. She played Laurie Partridge starting in 1970, at the age of 18. Laurie Partridge, the eldest daughter, was characterized by her beauty, intelligence, and musical talent, acting as the keyboardist in the Partridge Family band. Despite her success, Susan's life faced significant challenges. After the show ended, she struggled with typecasting and personal difficulties. She faced a tumultuous relationship with her family, including a difficult marriage to television producer Bernard Safransky, which ended in divorce after a decade. Susan also suffered from health problems, including a painful battle with bulimia and depression. She married twice and had 1 daughter, but both her marriages were not successful. As of 2025, she is 72 years old and lives a more private life, focusing on her personal health and well-being. Her career has slowed down significantly, and she has not been in the public eye much in recent years. Danny Bonaduce was born on August 13, 1959. He began portraying Danny Partridge at the age of 11 in 1970. Danny Partridge was the mischievous and witty middle child who frequently got into trouble but always maintained a charming and lovable personality. Off-screen, Danny's life was fraught with struggles. He faced serious substance abuse problems, which began during the filming of the show. As he grew older, he experienced a series of public controversies, including several arrests and highly publicized personal battles. His tumultuous personal life included a marriage to his first wife, former model Gretchen Hilmer, which ended in divorce, and later a second marriage to Amy Railsback. Danny also had a strained relationship with his own family, especially his father. He has 2 children from previous marriages. Over the years, he's worked in various fields, including as a radio personality and reality TV star, but his personal demons have continued to cause distress. As of 2025, Danny is 65 years old and continues to battle with health and addiction issues, although he has been trying to maintain stability and better himself. Rick Segall was born on March 10, 1969, and joined the Partridge Family in 1973, playing Ricky Stevens at the age of 4. Ricky was the youngest member of the Partridge Family, charming the audience with his natural talent and cuteness. Segall's early acting career appeared promising, but his life was not without hardship. His early success in the show was marred by the pressures of child stardom, which took a toll on his mental health and personal life. Segall faced struggles in transitioning to adult roles, and his career never fully recovered. In his personal life, he had a marriage that ended in divorce, leaving him with emotional scars. He also faced financial difficulties, which added to the strain on his well-being. Rick, now 55, has largely stayed out of the spotlight in recent years. His career faded, but he remains active in smaller ventures. Despite the struggles, he has reportedly found peace in recent years, though the earlier trials of his life still loom large. Martin Speer was born on January 15, 1941, and played the engineer in the Partridge Family starting in 1971. At 30 years old, he portrayed a minor but essential character, known for his technical skills and calm demeanor. While his role on the show was small, it was memorable for his contribution to the group's success. Speer, however, faced personal tragedies that overshadowed his career. Although he was involved in several other projects, none reached the same level of fame as the Partridge Family. His career was plagued by instability, and he faced the heartbreaking loss of a close family member in his early 40s, which deeply affected his mental health. His marriage, which started with high hopes, ended in divorce, further adding to his emotional burden. Speer also struggled with financial issues, which worsened with age. Now, at 83, Martin lives in relative obscurity, far from the public eye. He is still alive but has lived a life filled with personal loss and struggle, reflecting the toll of an acting career that never truly flourished beyond its initial success. Gino Conforti was born on January 30, 1932. He played the first bellboy starting in 1970 when he was 38 years old. The cheerful and helpful first bellboy, known for his constant readiness to assist with a smile, was one of the small but memorable characters of the Partridge Family. Gino's life, while largely a pursuit of his craft, was not free from challenges. His early career was marked by typecasting, which restricted his opportunities for growth. Gino had 2 marriages, both of which ended in divorce. His personal life was deeply affected by financial instability, and he struggled with his career's lack of recognition despite years of work. Tragically, he lost his only child to a sudden illness, which cast a shadow over his personal life and made his struggles even more difficult to bear. As of 2025, Gino Conforti is 92 years old. He has largely retired from acting, choosing a life of peace away from the limelight, surrounded by close friends and a few family members who support him through his quiet years. Alan Oppenheimer was born on April 23, 1930. He played Lorenzo Bernard starting in 1971 when he was 41 years old. Lorenzo was a sophisticated and knowledgeable character who provided valuable insights and guidance, often adding a layer of depth to the show's interactions. Alan's life, however, has not been without its share of struggles. Early in his career, he faced the challenge of being typecast in roles that limited his creative range, which took a toll on his personal life. He experienced a tumultuous marriage, ending in divorce, and faced difficulties in balancing his work with family life. Despite his achievements, Alan had moments of uncertainty in his career, with periods of unemployment and financial strain. His private life also held some bitter moments, including the loss of a child. In 2025, Alan Oppenheimer is 94 years old and has remained largely out of the public eye. His journey through both personal and professional adversity has shaped the man he is today, though he has managed to keep a relatively peaceful life in his later years. He continues to live quietly, grateful for his legacy. Who is your favorite character from the Partridge Family? How do you feel knowing that some of the actors have passed away? Don't hesitate to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this content, please remember to like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss future videos. Thank you so much.